this is the eyeshadow edition, and I am so excited because not only did I wear a lot of lipstick and lip gloss, but I did focus quite a bit on my eyeshadows. And I love eyeshadow. I love it. I am an artist and I love to use color. I love to make crazy designs sometimes. I am by no means like professional, nor do I look like do I end up looking like the Instagram beauty gurus. I don't. But I do love doing different eyeshadow looks, and I've never shied away from color. Looking at this is crazy, and it might seem like I couldn't have possibly used all of the palettes I'm going to be talking about during the pandemic, and that they couldn't quite possibly be some of my absolute favorites in this time. And you would be wrong, because I did use all of them, and I have been really enjoying them. And it's crazy that there's so many, but it's what I've been using. The first thing we're gonna do is get the honorable mentions out of the way, because in the last video that I did for the lip gloss, it took a long time and I was bored with it myself. Okay, let's get these out of the way. These are the Colourpop 9 pan palettes, and I have Orange Glad and Mint to Be, and I recently got these, so I haven't been able to play with them as much, but I do enjoy them. I'm gonna swatch them really quickly. And here are the, I love them. I love how different and vibrant they can be. I love how punchy the colors are. From the Orange Glad, the Mint to Be is softer, but it can have some depth. Okay, the next palette is from NYX. It's the Ultimate Edit palette in Ash. I recently got this. This is definitely gonna be a fave, I can tell. I love the color scheme. It is like a wintry, like autumn into winter palette. Last palette for honorable mention. This is the Evening Glamour from Blink. This is a limited edition palette. This came in my Foxy Charm, so that's why it's from last month. So that's why it's just an honorable mention. But I really enjoy it, even though this is a face palette. These are blushes. I actually use the blushes as eyeshadows as well. So these are really interesting, unique colors. And those are my honorable mentions. I'm so glad that I got to add them to my collection. They bring uniqueness. They are beautiful formulas, and I am enjoying them as I get to play with them. And I can't wait to see what kind of cool looks I'm gonna come up with. So I tried to divide up my favorites into different categories to make them go a little bit faster. With the first palette, and it's basically in its own category because I don't have anything else to put it with. But anyway, this is the Noravina palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and don't make fun of me for having them all in their unicorn. I'm that weird. I don't even like to peel back the little plastic from the mirror, as you can see here. I haven't peeled it back. I don't know why. I'm so weird that way, and I still keep the plastic in it. I love the color story. I love how soft they are. I love that you can make nice smoky looks or really soft romantic looks. They're pastel colors, and they have neutrals, a little more cooler tone. Look at the beautiful, I don't know if you can appreciate, but this is one of my favorites. I really love the reflect, and I've actually used that as highlight. The next category I'm going to go with are my Foxy Charm palettes. Now these are palettes that I received in Foxy Charm. The first one up that we're going to be talking about is from Beauty Creations. It's going to be Cali Chic. When I got this, I was like, another warm tone palette, but it is just beautiful. I love this color in Sail. It's like a bronzy, chocolatey, just, oh, you can't, look at that, wow, you can't really enjoy how dark and deep it is, but you can enjoy that shift in color. They have a nice gold in here, and it's really light. It's beautiful. I love how buttery these are. These are like if Morphe was on crack with how buttery these are. So beautiful. The mattes blend out beautifully. I love this as a transition. This one is a transition, and I even use it all over the lid. These are colors that I would put in elaborate looks or all over the lid, just one shade, and then I'd be done. Or a simple 2-shade look, and I really enjoy it. And now we're gonna go on the opposite end of the color spectrum here. We're gonna go with the Nude Beach from Cargo, which was specifically for BoxyCharm, I think, because it has a nice little BoxyCharm logo on it. So at first glance you say, okay, look at all these light shades. We could have done without them, right? And yeah, sure, if I'd taken out one of these 3 or 2 of them, I wouldn't have been upset about it. But they're still very nice, and they're somewhat different in tone. One is a little more pinky, one is neutral, and one is warm. But whatever. I like that I can use this one in my brow bone. I can use to diffuse out these colors. These beautiful shades. These nice shimmery shades. They are so beautiful. This more champagne, and the other one is slightly more goldeny tone. They're so pigmented, and I've actually used the dark one as liner, and I have it in my look today as my wing. What can I say? I really like it. It's as nice, simple, but I can use this with, like I said, all of my other palettes, in which I did use this in conjunction with another palette today to create the look that I did, and I really enjoy it. The next palette is from, I think this is called Ace Beauty or Ace Beauty, Ace Beauty, whatever. I mean, I'll learn it because I really enjoy this palette. It's beautiful. Look at that color scheme. The berries, the pinks, corals, orange. One of my favorite palettes that I have. It has become a fast fave in this pandemic. These are one of the first palettes that I received from BoxyCharm. This is crazy. Look at how awesome that looks. Look at how beautiful. That color right there is stunning, and you can't really pick it up. I gotta get really close, but look at that. Don't look at the other shimmery, you know, the shimmer on my hand. Don't pay attention to that. I can rub it off properly because I'm trying to go as fast as possible. Now, I know that it's bright, but to me, it feels like this is an all year round palette. The berries can be so wintry and so fall, with especially with the deeper oranges, but the corals can be so summery, so springy, the pinks. I think it's an all around great palette. You're definitely able to make and create lots of looks, especially since the colors are so stunning. These next palettes are going to be from Colourpop, and I have become a quick fan. I have been a fan from afar just by window shopping from all of the videos that people have been making all over YouTube about Colourpop. But when I would go into Ulta, I would play and play, much like some of these other palettes, like my Norvina palette. You know, when I went to Sephora, I would go and swatch these over and over again until I finally got until I was finally able to buy it from Macy's with a gift card. But I had been wanting a Norvina palette for so long, much like Colourpop. I have Dream Street palette, which I bought a while ago. That's their collab with Kathleen Lights, and I wanted more, so I got the She's Got Solstice palette. And this palette, I had been wanting it for so long when it came out that I had to have it. I had to have it. These pinks and the neutrals and this beautiful glitter. I mean, I enjoy glitter on my eyes. I don't. Other people might not, but I definitely do. The shimmers are really pretty. I love this pop of green. I think that it is very smart. It gives your look a little more dimension. It gives it just a tad bit of variety, and I think that's quite important because you can get lost in the pinks and neutrals that you don't think outside the box. You don't want to change up the look, but you can definitely do that. Colourpop has some interesting and different formulas. These are so unique, especially this nice gold one. These are so soft and buttery, almost creamy, and I am so loving how different they are. This is a nice pink. I just can't look at that. This next palette is new. I have been using it a lot. I have been enjoying it. I am one of the people that actually did like it. I love pastels. This is the Candy Castle from Colourpop Land. It's just, yes. This is a yes. And I get it. It might not be everyone's cup of tea. That's fine. But if you like pastels, if you like these mattes with the glitter, you will definitely like these because these colors are really pretty. Don't look at the glitter underneath the shadow. I already told you. Last Colourpop palette that I have been enjoying a lot ever since I got it. I know it's also a newer palette, but it's the Garden Variety palette. Color story is so pretty. It's so romantic. It's so soft. It has some pastel-y colors. Oof. Now, this one has some glitter in it, but it really depends on how you apply it, that you really can't tell. But I really like this color story. I really love the color stories of Colourpop, how they've divided them, because it's like you have a palette for everyone. You can find the palette that you want. You don't have to get every single palette. Nobody's forcing you to. And you have the option of getting various palettes from Colourpop because they have such a variety. Yeah, there's some overlap in some palettes, but you don't have to get those palettes. And then they have the options of single shadows. And I think that's great because Colourpop has such unique formulas. I feel like they have definitely gone above and beyond for eyeshadow formulas. It's so good. And I've heard some people say that they don't like it. For me personally, I don't get that because I really enjoy them. I have yet to find a shadow that I don't like from Colourpop. I feel like this next group of eyeshadow palettes, it's like needs no introduction really because they have been so hyped up, but well-deserved hype. because these are awesome. These are the Little Bites from e.l.f. and I have 5 palettes, and they are just wonderful in quality and beautiful color stories. I love that you can have as smoky of a look as you want, or as fiery and festive, light and romantic. $3 for top-notch quality. And the next grouping of palettes are going to be the color palettes. These are the ones with the bright colors, with all the festive colors. And let's start off with the NYX palette, one of their ultimate edits. I really enjoy these in brights. I have been using this palette in conjunction with my e.l.f. palette, with my Orangey Glad palette, with another NYX palette that I'm gonna talk about in a second. I really like this. I love how definitely bright they are. I have loved every single shadow. I have used this so much. I love color, and this was a palette for me. Now, I would say, especially with brights, you want to use a primer. You want these colors to pop, and these colors pop. I have used them for so long, and I have never had a dull look with this. So I suggest a primer. I've been using the Milani primer, the eye primer, and is made a big difference in how colors wear and how the shadows apply on my lids. From NYX is their Avant Pop palette, and I heard some bad reviews, but I love these colors and I wanted to try them out, and I enjoy this palette. Some of these are a little softer than other colors from other palettes, but you can make them as bright as you want, and you can make your look as soft as you want. This is a satiny white, the green and the silver. These are great to me on their own because they can be a sheer. You can also build them up. Again, use a primer. They will stand out and they are so pretty. Next palette is from BH Cosmetics. It's their Summer in Saint Tropez. I have been using this. This is before the pandemic that I had this. Clearly, I have been using it because I hit pan on the top one. I'm about to hit pan in a few other shades. I love this palette. This palette has a lot going for it. It has yellows, nice yellow, bright yellow and mustard. It has pinks, blues, purples, duochrome. Oh, it's one of my favorites. You really can't, you can't see all of the colors. There's green, the blues, golds, and this gold. That was this one. So there were these two colors. This is the gold one, and this is the one that I'm saying that you can't really appreciate. That's in Coastline. It is one of my favorite duochromes. It is so beautiful. It goes with lots of the colors. I use it with the blue. I use it with the pink, the yellows. I have several of these themed location palettes, and I am so glad I got to pick this one up and got this for my collection. This is a great addition. The last palette that I'm going to be talking about, and I'm so excited to have it. I've been waiting for months to get it. Oh, I didn't just recently get this set. I got this at the beginning of last month. This is the Pure and Raw Beauty Christy collab. I am so excited I got this. When I got this in the mail, I was so excited. Now, yes, I like Raw Beauty Christy. I was not just gonna buy this because I liked her. I loved the colors she chose. I love this color story. I love that on one side of the brights, the other side of the neutrals. And I like that it's not just regular browns. This has different, you know, this has variety. This has this nice corally peach, this mustard, an even deeper mustard brown. This has this beautiful shimmer. Oh, if only you could see. And if you have the palette, you understand. You understand the magic. But look at these colors. I love that the shimmers corresponded with the colors that she chose. So on the neutral side, it would be a little goldeny and a champagne-y golden, and on this side, it's pink. It has pinks in it. It's a little icier. I have been using it. My mom loved them. I'm blown away at the fact that she chose these colors. I've seen blues, I've seen greens, but I have not seen this blue, and I have not seen this green. Even in comparison to my next palette, this is not the same. This is the blue that I'm expecting, kind of, because this has now been done so much, but not this. You know, like, look at that. That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope that it didn't go crazy long, and even if it did, that you weren't terribly bored. I wanted to show you the palettes I have been loving during this pandemic that have been giving me joy, bringing me life into my eyelids and into my soul. Essentially, it's one of the things that has helped me during this time. It's to put a little life into my face. I also love asking my mom, what colors should I put? What colors? What kind of look should I do? And she gets so into it. All right, have a good night.